Hey Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The news breaking today has been sending shockwaves through the NFL world, and it's one of those moves that, if true, could completely reshape the dynamics of the AFC West. Sources close to the matter are buzzing that Darnell Mooney, the explosive wide receiver who has been a staple of Chicago's passing attack for the last few seasons, might be leaving the Windy City to take his talents to Las Vegas. The Raiders, notorious for their willingness to shake things up when it comes to offensive firepower, seem to have made a serious push to acquire him. And insiders suggest that the chemistry he could bring to the Raiders' offense would be nothing short of transformative. Rumors hint at behind-the-scenes discussions involving not just player personnel, but also potential contract structures designed to make Mooney feel like a cornerstone, not just a temporary solution. Analysts are speculating that this move, if finalized, could create a ripple effect across the league, affecting both the Bears' strategy and how defenses will approach the Raiders next season. Fans are already imagining the highlight reel catches, the deep threats downfield, and the kind of explosive plays that could redefine the Raiders' identity. The whispers are growing louder each day, painting a picture of a team willing to bet big on speed, agility, and Mooney's undeniable playmaking ability. Insiders have been hinting at the level of urgency surrounding this potential move, suggesting that the Raiders are not only aiming to bolster their wide receiver core, but also to signal to the rest of the league that they are serious about contending at the highest level. Darnell Mooney, known for his sharp route running and ability to create separation even against top-tier cornerbacks, has caught the eyes of scouts and coaches alike, and the speculation is that his arrival in Las Vegas could finally give the Raiders the dynamic edge they've been seeking. Behind closed doors, there's talk that the Bears may have had internal debates weighing the cost of keeping Mooney versus the benefits of leveraging him in a trade scenario that brings in draft picks or younger talent. Rumors also suggest that this could be a mutually beneficial arrangement, with Mooney gaining a more prominent role in an offense designed to maximize his speed and playmaking skills while the Raiders get an immediate boost to their aerial attack. Analysts are already mapping out scenarios where Derek Carr, or whoever takes the reins under center, could suddenly have a weapon capable of stretching defenses, opening up opportunities for running backs and tight ends, and ultimately making the entire offensive scheme more explosive. Fans are discussing the potential highlight reels, envisioning sideline catches and deep bombs that could ignite stadiums and social media alike. The chatter is relentless, with insiders emphasizing that if this rumor holds, we're looking at a headline-making acquisition that could define the Raiders' season. Sources close to team management hint that negotiations, while not public, have been more intense than any seen in recent off-seasons, with discussions spanning multiple facets, from salary cap considerations to incentive-laden contracts that reward performance while minimizing risk. There's speculation that the Bears' front office might be quietly testing the waters for other receivers in case Mooney's departure becomes inevitable, creating a domino effect in roster planning. Meanwhile, the Raiders seem determined to move quickly, possibly signaling that they want to lock in a marquee addition before free agency heats up or other teams attempt to make counteroffers. Rumors are swirling about potential package deals, with draft picks possibly involved, though sources emphasize that specifics are intentionally vague to avoid alerting rival teams. Fans are buzzing about the implications, imagining how Mooney's speed and route running could stretch the field, forcing defenses to make adjustments that could create mismatches and open lanes for explosive plays. Conversations on social media are filled with what-if scenarios, debating how this acquisition could impact playoff hopes, divisional battles, and the overall narrative of the league. The narrative being whispered in front offices and insider circles is clear. If this trade happens, it's a calculated gamble with the potential to elevate the Raiders' offense to a level they haven't seen in years, turning Mooney into the kind of focal point that could energize both fans and teammates alike. Meanwhile, speculation is heating up around what kind of contract might accompany such a move. Analysts are pointing out that Mooney's skill set, quickness off the line, route precision, and the ability to make contested catches demands a structure that rewards consistency while giving him opportunities for big game bonuses. Rumors suggest the Raiders could offer performance incentives tied to receptions, yards, and touchdowns, making this one of the more creative deals of the offseason. Discussions among insiders also highlight the potential cultural impact, with Mooney bringing a certain swagger and energy to the locker room that the Raiders hope will resonate with younger players and complement established stars. Sources say that meetings between Mooney's representatives and Raiders executives have been unusually candid, with both sides emphasizing the importance of fit, chemistry, and long-term vision. Speculation extends beyond financials. There's a growing sense that Mooney could become the centerpiece of a highlight-driven marketing campaign, helping to raise the Raiders' national profile while simultaneously igniting fan enthusiasm. Meanwhile, the Bears fan base is starting to brace for the possibility of life without one of their most electrifying playmakers, with discussions centering on whether the team can compensate through draft acquisitions, trades, or internal development. The rumor mill emphasizes that, regardless of what unfolds, Mooney's potential departure is creating a narrative that could dominate off-season coverage and shape expectations for both franchises in dramatic ways. The timing of this rumored move is also fueling speculation. Observers note that with the NFL draft and free agency fast approaching, the Raiders' interest in Mooney appears strategically calculated to ensure they enter the new season with maximum offensive firepower. Behind the scenes, insiders hint that scouting reports are being scrutinized more intensely than usual, with Mooney's performance metrics dissected for clues about how he could fit into a vertically oriented attack. Analysts are already theorizing about the domino effect this trade could have, suggesting that defenses in the AFC West might need to reinvent game plans to account for Mooney's unique ability to stretch the field. Rumors even suggest that this potential acquisition could prompt other teams to accelerate their own receiver pursuits, creating a mini domino effect in the league's offseason strategy. Social media chatter reflects fan excitement and anxiety, with hashtags trending that speculate on how the Raiders' offensive identity could shift overnight. The narrative is becoming almost cinematic, painting Mooney's arrival as a key plot twist in a season already filled with intrigue, playoff aspirations, and the ongoing battle to establish supremacy in a highly competitive division. The rumor, whether it solidifies or fizzles, has already captured the imagination of fans, analysts, and insiders alike, suggesting a seismic shift that extends far beyond just one player's contract or one team's roster. Speculation continues to intensify as insiders drop hints about the potential fit in Las Vegas, suggesting that Mooney could complement existing weapons while providing a new dimension that defenses struggle to contain. There's chatter that coordinators are already envisioning formations, motion schemes, and route combinations that could maximize his unique skill set, creating mismatches and explosive scoring opportunities. Meanwhile, whispers from league circles indicate that this kind of move could send a psychological message to other contenders, signaling that the Raiders are willing to invest in high-ceiling talent to make a serious push for postseason relevance. Analysts are debating whether this acquisition would fundamentally alter the balance of power in the division, giving the Raiders an edge in both head-to-head matchups and playoff positioning. Fan forums are abuzz with speculation about the kinds of highlight reel moments Mooney could produce, fueling dreams of game-winning catches and momentum-shifting plays. Beyond the tangible on-field impact, the rumor also carries an aura of excitement, with insiders emphasizing that a confirmed move could transform not only the Raiders' offense, but the overall narrative surrounding their team identity and future trajectory. The buzz, whether grounded in reality or fueled by optimism, is now impossible to ignore, leaving the football world on tenterhooks as all eyes turn toward what could become one of the most talked-about moves of the offseason. The more the rumor spreads, the more analysts are starting to dissect the strategic implications of Darnell Mooney potentially joining the Raiders, and the narrative is becoming increasingly complex and fascinating. Sources suggest that the Raiders are envisioning an offensive scheme where Mooney isn't just a secondary option, but a primary weapon capable of stretching defenses vertically and horizontally, opening lanes for both the running game and other receivers. Conversations with insiders hint that coaches are already brainstorming creative ways to exploit matchups, using motion, jet sweeps, and deep post concepts that could maximize Mooney's ability to create separation and gain yards after the catch. The speculation also extends to the psychological impact on opposing defenses, who may now be forced to reconsider coverage strategies against a team suddenly armed with explosive speed and agility. Social media chatter is intensifying, with fans and pundits alike imagining game-changing touchdowns, sideline grabs, and deep bombs that could redefine the Raiders' offensive identity. Analysts are noting that the ripple effect could reach even the quarterback position, as whoever is under center would suddenly have a reliable deep threat, shifting timing, read progressions, and play-calling dynamics. Rumors indicate that if the move happens, it won't just be a trade or signing. It could be a statement, a declaration of intent, and a seismic shift in the AFC West hierarchy, changing the way the division is viewed by both competitors and fans. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Meanwhile, speculation about the Bears' reaction is heating up, as insiders suggest that Chicago may be quietly preparing to pivot strategically if Mooney leaves, perhaps focusing on the draft or scouting other emerging wideouts. Sources close to league circles hint that the Bears are considering multiple contingency plans, weighing the pros and cons of keeping their salary cap flexible versus attempting to retain Mooney at all costs. Rumors emphasize that the Bears' front office discussions may include internal evaluations of younger talent on the roster, potential free agent targets, and trade options, all while attempting to gauge fan sentiment about losing a player of Mooney's caliber. The narrative being whispered in Chicago's circles suggests tension, uncertainty, and the kind of behind-the-scenes maneuvering that rarely reaches the public but can dramatically alter a team's trajectory. Fans are speculating on social media, debating whether the Bears' offense can adapt without him or whether a void in their receiving core could destabilize their passing game entirely. Analysts suggest that the ripple effect could extend across the league, impacting draft strategies, contract negotiations, and even the approach of defensive coordinators who must anticipate new threats emerging from the Raiders' revamped offense. If Mooney departs, it's more than a personnel change. It could redefine both franchises' identities and set off a chain reaction across the NFL landscape that will be dissected for months to come. Insider chatter indicates that the Raiders' front office is balancing ambition with calculated risk, exploring multiple avenues to bring Mooney aboard while managing cap space, roster depth, and long-term financial flexibility. Rumors hint that executives are deeply intrigued by Mooney's versatility, envisioning scenarios where he can line up in multiple positions, run a variety of routes, and serve as a catalyst for explosive plays that could turn close games into decisive victories. Sources say the coaching staff is evaluating how Mooney's skill set might complement existing stars, creating dynamic combinations that could confuse defenses and generate mismatches across the field. Analysts speculate that his presence could allow for more creative offensive play calling, integrating screen passes, deep shots, and intermediate throws in ways that maximize his unique speed and agility. Social media discussion reflects excitement, with fans imagining a resurgence of highlight reel moments reminiscent of some of the most electrifying plays in recent NFL history. Rumors also point to potential marketing and branding opportunities, as Mooney's arrival could energize merchandise sales, ticket demand, and national attention, reinforcing the Raiders' image as a team willing to invest in top-tier talent. Whether speculation or reality, the narrative suggests that Mooney could become the linchpin of an offense that redefines the Raiders' potential and transforms their competitive standing in a highly contested division. At the same time, whispers from league insiders highlight the broader implications for free agency and trade dynamics, with Mooney's potential moves serving as a catalyst for ripple effects across multiple teams. Analysts are theorizing that rival teams may reassess their wide receiver needs, quarterback plans, and draft strategies in response, creating a domino effect that could reshape offseason priorities and negotiations. Rumors indicate that the mere possibility of Mooney joining the Raiders is already influencing conversations about personnel evaluations, contract extensions, and competitive positioning within the AFC West. Social media and fan forums are abuzz with what-if scenarios, imagining how defensive schemes might shift, how game day rotations could change, and how playoff implications could be altered by the presence of a single, explosive receiver. Sources hint at covert scouting reports being circulated, internal projections being updated, and the kind of analytical scrutiny that defines high-stakes NFL decision-making. The speculation is almost cinematic, portraying Mooney's potential move as a high-stakes gamble with the capacity to change team identities, fan expectations, and the entire narrative arc of the upcoming season. In essence, whether rumor or reality, the chatter is creating a storyline that dominates both sports media and fan discussion, turning every conversation about the Raiders' offense into a high-stakes debate about strategy, talent, and opportunity in a rapidly evolving league. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.